Hi everyone, let's take a look at the following. Given the displacement function s of t equals to t cubed minus 6t squared plus 9t, where t is greater or equal to 0, when is the particle speeding up? Step 1. A particle is speeding up when the velocity times its acceleration is positive. So if you look at the given, s of t equals to t cubed minus 6t squared plus 9t. And again, time is greater or equal to 0. This means velocity is going to be the derivative of displacement, which means in this context, it's going to be 3t squared minus 12t plus 9. To find acceleration, again, this equals to the derivative of velocity or the second derivative of displacement. So in this context, a of t is going to be 6t minus 12. When you take the product of velocity and acceleration, this equals to 3t squared minus 12t plus 9 times 6t minus 12, and this has to be positive in order for the particle to be speeding up. So you factor a common 3 to the front. In the brackets, it's going to be t squared minus 4t minus 3. Likewise, there's a common factor of 6. In the brackets, it's going to be t minus 2. And again, the entire left-hand side greater than 0. 3 times 6 is going to give you 18. If you simple factor t squared minus 4t minus 3, that's going to be t minus 1, t minus 3. And you can copy t minus 2. Now, when you draw this number line, be mindful that in addition to the anchor points, you always want to include 0 in the number line because time can be negative, so just be mindful of that. Now, you could plug in different numbers for each interval, or you should also recognize that if you look at the leading coefficient, that's going to be positive odd. So because it's going to be positive odd, this implies that the amp behavior is going to be from quadrant 3 to quadrant 1. So it's going to look something like this. Now before we graph this, again, just be mindful that it says greater than 0. There's no equal sign. So we don't count the anchor points. So draw the circles first, then go back, and you can use this as a shortcut. Now because you want to find the time values when it's positive, this means looking at these two intervals, which means, therefore, the particle is speeding up when time is between 1 second and 2 seconds, or when time is greater than 3 seconds. I hope this makes sense.